Lesson 2, Unit 1, Planning for Results. The first phase of the results-based project management is planning. This is where the project is designed and all the project plans are developed. The inputs used in this phase include the project concept note, the organization's strategic framework and priorities set up by the organization's short-term and long-term plans. Outputs of this phase include the design of the project intervention, a detailed work plan, and the performance measurement framework. These outputs will be used in the managing phase of the project. Planning is the process to define the objectives of a project, identify key stakeholders, define resources, and schedule all the activities. Additionally, it includes the monitoring mechanisms that can ensure the expected outputs and outcomes can be achieved in a timely manner. Planning for results makes use of the logic model that presents the causal relationship between performance, activities, and outputs, and the results at outcome and impact levels. This is also called the results change or results framework. Results-based project management will use the logical framework approach, LFA. The LFA is an effective management planning tool and a design methodology that provides a systematic process to structure the project information. It is used by most development organizations to help them analyze, design, and plan a project. The LFA consists of two phases, the analysis phase and the planning phase. The LFA is a management planning tool. It is concerned with the process for situational or problem analysis, the analysis and development of objectives and indicators, and the identification of assumptions. All this information is then summarized in the Logical Framework Matrix or LFM. The LFA consists of a series of tools that are used during planning, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. The LFA helps analyze the current situation during project design, establishes a logical hierarchy of means and results, establishes how outputs and outcomes will be monitored and evaluated, determines the key assumptions, identifies potential risks, and presents a summary of the project in a simple format. This information is then used to monitor and evaluate the project. The first part of the LFA approach deals with the context or situational analysis. Then is the stakeholder analysis, the problem analysis, the objective analysis, and the strategy analysis. This detailed analysis of the current situation helps identify the best possible solution to address the problem. The LFA uses a series of tools to structure this information for each one of these analyses. The second part of the LFA approach deals with planning. This includes the development of the logical framework matrix, the scheduling of all project activities and resources, and development of the results matrix that will form the foundation for the monitoring and evaluation plan. Quality assurance is another important component of results-based project management. Quality assurance is defined as a process to ensure the project design follows quality standards. There are three quality assurance criteria to evaluate if the design of a project complies with the results-based management principles. These are relevance, feasibility, and sustainability. The quality assurance criteria might be different for many organizations, but it's an important process that helps determine the success of a development project. Relevance is the first quality criteria. It refers to the extent to which the objectives of a development project intervention are consistent with the beneficiary's requirements, the country needs, global priorities, and partners and donors' policies. Relevance is how the project is designed to meet the needs of the beneficiaries and at the same time meet the priorities set by the organization, the donors, and key stakeholders. The second quality criteria, feasibility, refers to the extent to which the project is likely to achieve its intended outcome within the time frame and resources available, and taking into consideration risks and risk management. This criteria ensures that the project is designed in a way that it can be achieved within the time and budget constraints. Sustainability is the third quality criteria. It refers to the continuation of benefits, economic, social, health, environment, from a project after completion, the probability of the continued long-term benefits, and the resilience to risk of the project benefits over time. Sustainability can include meeting environmental and social sustainability principles. All plans need to be integrated. That means that the results matrix, the work plan, monitoring and evaluation plan, and other plans developed to manage the project are all interconnected and integrated. They are not independent plans. This is an important element of results-based management. All plans are aligned to help the project achieve the intended results. That is the main purpose of all project plans, to guide the project to realize the expected results within the defined constraints of the scope, schedule, and budget. Only when they are integrated, you can have a full picture of the project. Planning for results in RBM takes a different approach than planning for an activity-based project. A key characteristic is that planning is not a one-time event, but one that is continuously applied during the life of the project. Development projects require a high level of flexibility in their plans. Risks, changes in assumptions, changes on the general context of the project can make the original plans outdated. Iterative planning means that you adapt as the project unfolds by changing your plans. Changes based on feedback from the initial delivery of activities and changes in the project environment. It's a cycle of develop a plan, implement the plan, evaluate the results of the plan, and then make the change based on what you have learned, and then work on the next iteration.